What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Humble Warrior back at you guys with another video. This time, the Alabama Crimson Tide did defeat the Oklahoma Sooners Friday night by a score of 34-24. Ty Simpson, can't really recall his completion, but I think it was like 19, like 27 for 232 and 2 touchdowns. What's his name? Lazir Brooks was the star of the game. I think he had like 6 or 7 catches, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. We had a pick 6. We had a field goal in the game. Yeah. That game by itself was very trying. We got down, first of all, in the fourth quarter. We played like a dead body. We literally laid down and allowed OU to get up on us 17-0. No pushback, no will, no drive, no nothing. Then I guess the second quarter we flipped the damn script. We was like, hold on a minute. Now we're not gonna repeat the same BS we had at home against them in the regular season. And when I say we flipped the script, from the second quarter on, OU got destroyed. Yeah, they got destroyed 28-7. They got mollywopped. We literally came out as the team that wanted it more the second half. The second quarter actually helped us because we got 17 unanswered points in the second quarter, which is not even heard of in a football game most times. Especially in the playoff atmosphere, you don't get points in bundles like that unless the other team just completely like got gut punched and just can't recover. Outside of that, we have a lot we got to work on. For one, the trenches. The defensive line looked bad the first quarter. Like I said, from the second quarter on, I saw the difference. The first quarter is very, very concerning because Indiana's not a team that has bad quarterback play. They have the Heisman Trophy winner. No matter how I feel about that dude, he's still the Heisman Trophy winner, and he's gonna come out there to prove a point because Indiana, this is their first ever college football playoff berth, first ever. So, and we've been there numerous times, and I think Indiana's favored to win this game as well, if I'm not mistaken. However, the pressure for us to win is greater because Kalen DeBoer is rewriting history in Alabama, and he has to establish his own mantle outside of the Nick Saban regime. So, for him, if he goes and beat Indiana and somehow he beat Texas Tech, then we have an opportunity to play for I think it's 18th national title. And DeBoer can win his first ever national title in his new place in Alabama in just in 2 years. Which, if he can do that, I'm not saying he's gonna be in the conversation with Nick. I'm not even gonna get that going. But to win a natty in your first 2 years being there, that is a hell of an accomplishment for a coach. Especially considering what he did at Washington, when he made the championship game, I think his second or third year. And they did lose, but he made it there, and they made it a fight. But if he wins the game, I mean, if he wins the next 2 games, then Alabama can start having that conversation about, that if they did make the right call, because DeBoer right now to me is still a puzzle piece. He's still a coach that, we don't know what we're gonna get. We're just hoping that with the fact that we just beat a solid OU defense, where they were very aggressive for one. The first quarter, like I said, they got up on us in a heartbeat. And after that, it's almost like after the second quarter, OU lost that fight. Like, it's like they came out throwing haymakers and haymakers and haymakers and haymakers and haymakers. And when they saw that we didn't get knocked out, it's like, oh shit, we really woke up a sleeping giant. Yeah, you did, because we were at our 17 straight points. Granted, now the turning point in that game was that I thought it was a third down play that Lazir Brooks made, but people keep saying it's the 4th and 2 play, even though if you go back and watch the play, what's his face? Cuevas is open, wide open. For some reason, he threw it to Brooks. Brooks broke a tackle, juked another guy, did a spin move, shimmy, and dived into the end zone. They said that's the play that turned the game around. I tend to disagree. I think it's the third down play, because if you don't make that catch, we pretty much go into a spiral Well, we're not even competing anymore against them. But he made an acrobatic, basically turning his body in the wrong direction to make the catch because it was underthrown severely and they were to beat the defender. But he pulled in the catch on third and I think it was like 3rd and 15. It was a big play that we needed, and Brooks went to go get it. So he showed me a lot in that game, especially in that environment. But Alabama, to me, now that they got this win out the way, I think we can beat Indiana. I just think it's going to take a total team effort. Indiana's not a juggernaut team, but they do play smart. They play very disciplined, sound football. So we have to find a way to make them make mistakes, to beat themselves, and for us not to return the favor. So Ty Simpson, you cannot stare down Bernard or Williams. Let Brooks, Scott, other guys get involved. Horton, let those guys carry the load. Let them do it. Let Hill do some things. If they let AK out there, let them do some things. But I was very, very happy with what I saw the second half moving forward. The first quarter, I was pissed off because I knew that was not the team that we were, and I felt like OU got out on us really, really quick, and they got them juiced up. The crowd was like going. They were anticipating like a 40-0 blowout, so they could move on to play Indy. That's the way they were playing the first quarter. After the first quarter happened, I think, like I said, all those punches we took and we didn't get knocked out, that's what really, it took the win out of OU. And then we got the punt, the block punt, but we didn't turn that into nothing but a field goal to go down 17-10. And then I really think the turning point in the game was their interception, because let's be real here, we didn't force them to do nothing bad. And then that interception play, if you watch the play again, Mateer had his mind made up where he was going with the ball. Kudos to Brown, though, for actually sinking back in coverage and then at the snap of the ball running up to occupy that space, because Mateer thought the receiver was going to stay there. And when he didn't, he threw it and Brown ran up on it. It was nothing else he can do. So to me, that's the biggest turning point in the game, was the pick 6 play, because it gave us a breath of fresh air. Okay, now we can go and get this game. And of course, going into halftime, we nearly caused ourselves a problem again. But went into halftime unscathed, tied up, came out of the half. We played a little flat in the third quarter, but then after that, we picked it up. Touchdown pass to Brooks, another touchdown to from Hill, and from there, we put the nail in the coffin. Of course, OU didn't help themselves because the kicker missed 2 big field goals, a 51-yard and I think a 30-some yard field goal that he missed. And the game after that was over. They started pressing, and yeah, we didn't look back. But great job, Bama. I will be watching you guys on New Year's Day at 4 o'clock. We take on the Indiana Hoosiers, who are #1 in the nation and undefeated. But with that being said, guys, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe as always, and please show the video some love. But that, guys, I gotta go in the store real quick and buy stuff because I gotta watch the Dolphins play. But you guys be blessed, man. Peace.